Hi everyone, I'm Shawnee, and today we're going to take a sneak peek at the Kawartha Lakes Library Archive. Let's get going. Okay, here we are at the archives. So please ignore the mess. Sometimes we use this for a little bit of library storage. This is just a small portion of our archive book collection. So these are books that are definitely out of circulation. We could not ever get these again in print. Some of them are quite fragile and they are only pulled out on request. This back room is our inner archives. And this room used to be used by the OPP. That's why it has a separate lock. They used to use it for their records. And this is our inner archive. So we have documents, artifacts, photographs, all sorts of things back here. And we keep them back here because it's a more temperature-controlled environment. We can't actually control the temperature ourselves, but the room does a fairly good job on its own. Let's look at a couple things in here. But first, I'm going to put on a latex-free glove. You actually don't need to do this to handle most paper documents, because if your hands are clean and dry, the natural oils from your hands will help with preservation. And I'm working one-handed because I'm holding the camera, so this is taking a little longer than it probably should. Come on, get in the glove. There we go. So we use gloves for handling glass plate pictures, so pictures held between glass plates or photograph materials. This here is a library scrapbook, so we collect news articles, posters, various documentation about the libraries and glue them into a scrapbook for preservation purposes. And what do we have over here? So these are glass plate negatives. I am a little too concerned of working with one hand and trying to pull some of these out, so I'm sorry, but we can't see them right now. But they are literally just a plate of glass with a gel image squished in between them. In the meantime, we'll look at another paper document. This is a minutes book from 1887 for the Lindsay Chamber of Commerce. I do not recommend putting tape in your books unless it is specifically book tape. The glue from tape can eat into the materials and cause damage. So let me just get cleaned up and then we'll move on to more archives. Alright, so that's our inner archives. So let's check out the newspaper room. And in here we have some collections of local service clubs, such as the Imperial Order of the Daughters of the Empire, or the IODE. And there's quite a few boxes in here, 6 or so, of the whole collection for that. And then we have some smaller community collections specific to either a family, such as the Brooks or Beale collections, and then we have old newspapers. So our microfilm doesn't just come from nowhere. We have to collect the newspapers and send them to be filmed. So we've got a good storage of them here as well. So now let's head on out of here and we'll go back upstairs. Okay, now we're back in the reference department. So let's head on back here behind the desk. It's a little blocked off these days, but normally it's not like this. So this is our Woodville Community Treasures collection, currently in the process of being scanned for permanent saving. These albums will be heading back to Woodville once we have completed the scanning. So we've got some pictures of old Girl Guide activities in here. All sorts of fun stuff like that. So, what else do we have here? Oh yes, we have recently received 6 boxes of material from the Lindsay Horticultural Society, or the Lindsay Garden Club. So this will greatly expand our collection. It was just a folder before. So that was our tour of the Kawartha Lakes Library Archives, our behind-the-scenes sneak peek. Hope you enjoyed it. If you wish to see maybe some more behind-the-scenes stuff, let us know in the comments, and maybe we'll find another thing to look at around the behind-the-scenes stuff the library does. If you wish to make a donation to the library archives, please check out our guidelines at kawarthalakeslibrary.ca/local history, link in the YouTube video description below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.